noticed us, did not save through Christ and then told us, I want you to come live in my house. I want to adopt you and give you my name. The Creator, God Himself, has invited us to live in His house. This is an amazing gift. What could be more exciting and meaningful? 412. Than someone inviting you to be part of their family and preparing a place in their home for you. So, at 4 in the morning on that day in April 2011, I was able to understand the heart of the Father. The Father wants to adopt us and take us to His home with Him. He wants to be a father to you. I meditate on this fact daily. But that's not all I learned. Let me tell you what happened next. My wife and I got ready and went to the hospital where this baby was waiting for us. We put together a diaper bag with things we thought would be necessary. We installed the baby seat in the car and launched into what would be the most exciting day of my life. A few minutes later, we were standing next to this little guy who barely weighed 4 pounds, 15 ounces. It was a requirement for us to bring him home, that my wife and I bottle feed him twice. We also had to take some classes to learn how to take care of a baby. My wife fed her first, and although she tells me she felt clumsy, she looked like an expert in my eyes. 2 hours later it was my turn to feed him, and Miguel had not taken him in my arms for fear that he would do it wrong. And yet all I wanted to do was pick him up and hug him and tell him that I was going to take care of him. Finally it was my turn to feed him. I took this little human in my arms. I looked him straight in the eyes. And at that moment I knew what name I would give him. This baby was born on March 11, 2011, and her biological mother had already given her a man. His name was Pretty, and meant handsome, but the Spirit of God came upon me at that moment, and I knew that if God gave us this child without adoption, I would change his name to Isaac Kalev Quintana. Isaac Isaac means laughter. Kalev Caleb was a brave man that Moses sent as a spy to the promised land. Only Caleb and Joshua returned saying that God would give him the promised land. Caleb asked the people to be silent before Moses, and said, "Let us go up and take possession of that land, for we will be able to do more than they." Numbers 13:30 NIV. I had received another message from God that day. And that message was, God shares a very important role with every man. The role of father. For some, it comes naturally. 2013-0622-17.09. 48 For others, like me, it comes through adoption. But every father has to make room in his house to receive the child or children who will come. We do it just as God does it. So, when you feel tired of being a dad and think that it is very difficult, remember to laugh Isaac, and silence the whole world by saying, "Let's go up, then, and take possession of this thing called fatherhood, because we can." For other articles in Spanish, manlytraining.com. Become a member of the channel and be an instrument of the Word of God.